Welcome back to the channel of Russian Gamer. Now, the thing that you're seeing in front of you right now is the game that basically shaped my childhood 2 years more modern. The F1 2000 PC version, the F1 2000 PS2 version, I think are my two most played games ever. Like, I would get so good at them, and I would do complete races, and I would do complete seasons with 70-lap races, and I would just race and race and race and race and race nonstop. And so, yeah, so... now the options, I've turned off all the auto brake, auto steering, auto everything except for auto gears. I've never played with manual gears because the last time I played any Formula 1 game was when I was 10 years old. I've never had any automatic braking steering because I'm always kind of stupid and aggressive whenever I play the game and not the way the game actually wants me to play. And that's why I feel like in at least the 2002 AI universe, I was able to destroy veterans on certain races. And right now we're going to be racing as my favorite race car driver of all time because he is arguably the greatest. And, well, yeah, Michael Schumacher, the 7-time world champion of Formula 1 because, well, he's just the best and he's, well, just the best. And so we're going to be racing on one of my two favorite tracks. One of them is Indianapolis. Actually, no, I have something like 3 favorite tracks. I have Monaco, which I love because it's like a 1 meter wide street, and if you touch anything, you explode into a fiery abyss. And there's also Indianapolis, and there's also one more. I think it's Brazil. Yeah, I remember on Brazil I would always do good. And oh no, I remember Hockenheim. I loved it a lot in the 2000 version, but as you can see, there's a portion of the track that went like this. That was massively just cut out, I think in the 2001 and 2002 season, and so I stopped liking the track as much as I did before, but I remember I loved it in the 2000 version when the track just went around like a big loop and there's some like turns here, and it came back like this, and I loved that a lot more than I love this stupid thing. And so those are my 3 tracks that I've really played, at least 4 tracks that I played very, very much in the original 2000 game. And so yeah, let's play this. This is going to be a qualifying and 4-lap race. Now, I just recorded myself playing this game, but I had a miserable technical failure with my voice. You literally could not hear it. And so I'm redoing it so that it could be more watchable. And I'm using a different software, so I think there may be a little bit of a difference in the frames that I see. And so that could impact my game, but we'll see. How I love Formula 1 and how I love everything about it. I don't need practice because I already practiced this very many times, but it's very... I used to be able to set up, at least on the console version, such better lap times because I'm just so much more used to the thumbsticks turning the wheel instead of the left and right keyboard buttons, and that's kind of very weird for me. So we're just going to skip right by the practices and go into qualifying because qualifying is when pressure starts, and we need pressure. Oh, let's drive with Michael Schumacher. And I like this view more than everything because the other views, they're too zoomed in and the other, or too far zoomed out, and so I think this is the ultimate compromise between them. Let's wait for the green light to turn. Now, in my previous recording, I had kind of some unfortunate accidents. Like the one where exiting this corner, I just hit that wall and exploded, and I'll try to avoid that. Oh god, okay. This first corner, I always take it wrong, so I need practice and I need some getting used to it because it's been a couple hours since I recorded my first attempt. And yeah, at least it's not raining, so at least I have regular dry weather grip, and so I should be good. And this game, for its time, it had very good physics and very good weather. For example, like if one wheel goes onto grass, you lose all traction, you spin out of control and explode and die. And I think if the damage could have been more realistic because the only thing you can lose is your front wing, your rear wing, and your wheels. And at least in the PC version, there's literally no body damage that you can see, and that's kind of unfortunate. But if you play this on the PS2 version, I think you just can't find it anywhere. So if you have it, good. If you don't, well, that kind of sucks for you. But in the PS2 version, at least for F1 2000, you could literally just massively destroy and incinerate your car, and I love that. And I've always loved the little crash elements of Formula 1, and this track was very notorious until they took it out. I think it was 2006 or 2007. And there's also been some rule changes in Formula 1 that made me kind of dislike the modern rules, because the only thing that I like about the modern rules is the qualifying itself. This isn't at all what the 2002 qualifying looked like. In modern times, you have as many laps as you like in a certain time limit to set your fastest lap. Back then, you only had one hot lap, and if you made a mistake like I did there, well, you're screwed. So I like the qualifying now better than what it was before. Who's behind me? Okay, you go away. And so I like qualifying now better than what it is back then, but everything else I sort of dislike. There's a few differences. One of them being the tires and the fuel. And the tires and the fuel. Now the tires, you have one tire for everybody, Pirelli, and they literally last 5 laps until they explode. There's a race that happened. Okay, I'm okay. Your front wing is being knocked off. Okay, restart. And so and so back then the Pirelli, I mean, right now the Pirellis, they last like 5 laps, and there's a race, I think 2 weekends ago in Silverstone, where quite literally in like a span of 3-4 laps there was 3 tire failures where they all just turned the corner and the tire went poof, and it was no longer there, and so the car only had 3 wheels to drive on. And so I don't like that. It takes a whole lot of luck, and like random events are way more likely to happen to you now. And back then you had 2 types of tires. You had Bridgestones, which were faster. This is what Schumacher used. And you had Michelins, which were more kind of performance-based, and they had better handling, I guess. Is now in pole position. And they had better handling. And this is not a hot lap, so I honestly don't mind driving on the edges a bit. And so right now you have races that are like 4 or 5 stops, and it's only tires, because right now everyone starts off with the same fuel, and fuel isn't even part of the strategy anymore. And so tires are the only things you need to change during pit stop, and every single team has a 3.7-second pit stop, and it's very much annoying because I would like them to be what they were before. Okay, I am still spinning out of control. Back then you had the Michelins and things like this, and you also had fuel. And the way fuel worked is how much fuel you had by the end of qualifying would determine how much fuel you start off with the next race. And so you could take the risky route, that means just take out all the fuel. That your car is a lot faster because you have less things to carry, and but you would go faster in qualifying, and you would go faster at the beginning of the race, but you have to refuel immediately because your car would run out faster. Or you could, put a full tank and your car would suffer in speed, but you won't have to stop for a very long time as soon as the race starts. And so that was the strategy element. And you also had to change tires because they all wore out sort of similarly, but very much less often. Like right now you can see a car that's done 5 laps, and it's doing like a second slower lap times than a car that's done no laps. And that's kind of unfortunate. I like the way tires and fuel were before. Right, so right now there's kind of a little unfair passing element. They included DRS, which is these fins on your rear wing that you can open to pass someone in certain selected zones on certain tracks. And they sort of take the element of skill out of the equation in some way. Like back then, all you had was the slipstream, which means when you're going behind a car, because you have to pass through less air, you're going faster than they are. Get out of my way. And so that was the only thing that you had over the guy, and so everything else you would have to come up with a way to pass the guy, and it would take a lot more skill than what it is now, because right now the faster car can just open its DRS and you can just shoot by the person and not, like, without even thinking, just pass him. And as soon as those things open, you can instantly see how fast the car is going. And so, yeah, that's something that I sort of dislike about current Formula 1, and I think back then it was a little better. I think I set up a pretty good enough lap time because I have never seen AIs go into the 120s on the difficulty that they're now. They're actually on the second easiest difficulty, and so, I think I'll be good enough for pole position because I really dislike starting in anything else. There was a thing I would do because I was so much better than veterans on the 2000 version on the PS2. I would actually purposely start the race in last and try to pass everyone. And actually on veteran, the difficulty itself would be hard enough to do, and I would actually have a lot of fun. Instead of starting first and finishing first, I'd have a lot of fun trying to pass everyone during the entire race. Especially tracks like this in Indianapolis, I would succeed 99% of the time. It would still be fun, because now you have to pass through all the AI clowns. Oh god, I just failed miserably. Okay, so this is not going to be a very good lap. So I guess we'll finish the qualifying now on this nice note, and I think we'll have a fairly good advantage at the race. Whoop! Realism. And so now that we have determined that the one guy who's been able to get close to my lap time is my fellow teammate Rubens Barrichello, and we're going to start first, second, just like always. The good times when Ferrari was actually better than people. And so yeah, let's proceed to the race and let's drive.
Hello there. Welcome to the United States of America. The weather, as so often is the case here, is just wonderful.
Oh, jolly. Oh my god. You are the most amazing virtual woman I've ever seen in any video game. Period.
The Ferrari driver starts his race from first. Rubens Barrichello.
Alrighty, so let's just skip through this because it's going to take forever. And, oh crap, no head starts. No, crap. I keep doing that. And as soon as the race starts, we already have massive failures. Oh my god, you shall not pass. I hate starting first in this track because you have clowns like this that just take your, that steal your thunder. And so already the race has started with somebody retiring. That's perfectly fine. Alright, I'm currently holding the other drivers at bay, but this might change with this corner, with any corner really. This is a 3-lap race actually, so one mistake could cost me the race, and you don't have the 70 that would originally come to try and beat people. You Dak! This is my race! You shall not pass. Okay, let's just casually cut corners. That's perfectly fine. In the race that I did in my previous recording, actually, what happened is something really funny happened with the game where everyone just seemed to explode in one lap, and the 3-lap race finished with 4 people. And it was pretty funny what happened, and I was like reacting very weird, but you can't hear me react, and I recorded in the software where I can't change the volumes and such. It appears as if there's some fun stuff going on with those two guys. They can pass each other as much as they want. But I'm going to casually win this race. I hope, at least, because that would be very much useful. I remember when I was little, at least when I was 15 years old. No, I would always like play with toy cars, and I would always be like, and those were the good old times. Oh, jolly. Holy crap, he just caught up to me massively, that's not good. Stop, okay, we're good. Come on! Alright, so now I think it appears as if we have one more lap to go against my fellow teammates who shall not pass, and then I think we would have a successful race completed. So yeah, let's do that. Let's just kick his ass. Let's show him that he has no chance of passing. See, he has no chance.
You're running first.
I know I'm running first. So I have a 1.5 second advantage over my fellow teammate. That's okay. Okay, that's not good. That's not good. Okay. Okay. Okay, error, mistake. Okay, that was bad. Okay, that's bad. Okay, hi there. I see you're having fun in the sand. Okay, so that little mistake kind of put a little bit more pressure on me to finish this race first. On especially races like this, I've literally had side-by-side finishes where no, okay, no, stay, yes. You shall not pass me. I am the master of this racetrack on easy difficulty. And I love this little part of the track too, because these two little easy seeming turns would actually define. You could either lose or save a lot of lap time on those two turns, and I love it. And so we're going to be pulling it on the final straightaway. Anton Kalinin is going to make the final turn and hopefully win this race. We're on the final straight. Crash into the wall for a dramatic finish. And there's a guy with farts coming out of his bum. We look very good side by side. He's exploded. He's going to pull over. And everyone is going to pull over as well.
Well, that's the end of another great United States Grand Prix.
Oh, man.
Here are the final results.
That was beautiful.
The Ferrari driver first. Barrichello second. Ralf Schumacher third. Juan Pablo Montoya fourth. Raikkonen fifth.
This is going to last forever. I'm done with your stupid explanation of this game. Oh my goodness. So, hopefully you enjoyed the amazingly realistic physics of Formula 1 2002. And just like any other video that no one has ever watched, please like, comment, subscribe, and do all that kind of fun stuff, because this would be very much appreciated. And if you want to see me do more races that I'm not as skilled at as doing, especially Monaco. Monaco is disastrous. If you touch something, you will explode. And if you want to see me do that, then leave a like, comment, and say, hey, you're Russian gamer, you should totally race Monaco, because I'll try. And I'm also trying to acquire F1 2012 for the PS3 so I can actually race a realistic driving Formula 1 simulator. And that should be a lot of fun too once I finally manage to acquire it. So until later, or next time, see you guys later, and goodbye.